Hi, Clark Smith here. I'm the winemaker for WineSmith. Welcome to my office and tasting room. And today we're going to taste the wine from what I consider to be the best appellation for consistent high quality in California, and that would be the Santa Cruz Mountains. I just love the wines from there. They have a very distinctive character of place. Every vineyard tastes different. It's not a monoculture. There's plenty of vegetation surrounding these little postage stamp vineyards. And the soil imparts this mineral energy that, if you know anything about my winemaking, I'm always looking for minerality, partly because it gives the palate energy and partly because it allows the wines to age for a long, long time. So the problem with Santa Cruz Mountains is the wines have so much antioxidative power that they don't taste very good when they're young. And so it takes a few years for one of these wines to come around. I remember the first year I made it was 2014, and I was really concerned about this wine. And then 3 years later, I ended up pouring it at my wedding as part of the ceremony. So that's how much either it had improved or I had improved. But here we are with the 2018, and I can't wait to try it. It's a little richer than the previous vintages. Now, Grenache really varies from place to place. And this is from the Bates Ranch, which is kind of famous for their Cabernet Sauvignon. It's in the Corralitos area, which is south of Cupertino, up in the hills, and then inland from Santa Cruz. So that means it's a little sheltered there. It's the warmest part of the area, and there isn't very much Cabernet Sauvignon grown in the Santa Cruz Mountains because most of it is really cold. But Ridge is there, which Matt Kramer says is the best Cabernet in California, and I'm not going to argue with him. But this is right down the hill from Ridge and has quite a notoriety of its own. But most people don't know that they grow Grenache too. And I make rosés and Method Champenoise sparkling wines, all kinds of manifestations of Grenache. This is the red. Now, the nose. Grenache, you're always looking for strawberries. Kind of a lollipop nose, and sometimes, in many regions, that's all you get. But this has something else in it. I've always thought of this vineyard, even white wines, red wines, that you get this ripe honeydew melon or muskmelon aroma that's kind of the vineyard characteristic. But in the red, we get something else. And it's a lot like what they call garrigue in the southern Rhone. So that's coming off of the droughty herbs that grow there, sage and thyme and bay leaf. So you get this kind of herbal mix that's kind of earthy. In this wine, you have that same thing. It's kind of like carob or almost a tarry aroma. And we found out what it is. There's a little white flower that grows in this vineyard. It's called tarweed. And if you rub the stem, you get, on your hands, you get that same creosote sort of aroma that adds so much complexity to this wine. Now, it's not a big wine. It's not like a Cabernet Sauvignon at all. Sort of medium body, but nobody doesn't like this wine. You put it in your mouth and it just takes you all places that you've never been. It's a wonderful accompaniment for a wide variety of foods. I sure like it with a paella. Recently I've sort of fallen in love with this wine with a carbonara white sauce on a bed of creamy polenta. And then that finish is just full of this minerality, this palate energy that just explodes with life, and this long persistent finish with all of those different flavors in it. I hope you'll try some and enjoy it. Let me know how you like it. Very proud of this line, And I thank you for your time for watching. It was a privilege to explain this wine to you, and I hope you'll give it a try.